I know just about everyone here. There's a couple people. My name is Karen Thorne, and I'm part of the American Women's Club. A couple housekeeping things. We want to thank the Gay for letting us use the library after hours, which was pretty amazing for them to be able to let us and have the faith that we'll lock up afterwards. There's toilets, the ladies' room and men's room is right here. And if you have a cell phone, if you could put it on off or vibrate. If it rings, I take it and I call all my new friends in Belarus. So. Right now I'm handing out, I am geographically challenged. So when we started talking about going to Belarus, I honestly had to look it up on a map. And I wasn't sure we'd have Wi-Fi here, and we do, but since I've already printed these off, we'll use this. So if you could take one, yeah.
I'm doing good.
Oh no, it's next to yours.
Is there a big pack?
You want us to pass them around for you?
Sorry? No, I think this is good. Just fun stuff. Actually, just more fun stuff than anything.
I thought those were hard. Does everybody have?
Almost everything. I'll give you a second to. We're not going to really talk about the handouts, just for informational purposes. Again, I had to go on the map and look to find out where Belarus was, as well as where we were going to go, which was Ritschow in the Gomel region, which is the southeast corner. So this is just for your information, and you can see on the larger map of Belarus, that star part of Gomel is the region we were in, and you can also see the second star is where Chernobyl is.
Whoa.
Which is actually, in reality, about 4 miles or 8 kilometers from the border of Belarus. And the Ukraine, so all this was Russia at one time. And we'll talk about the other items before. So, if you see on the tables, you haven't had a chance to take a look, these are all the amazing gifts that the children gave myself and Sheila, and just for no reason other than the pure gratitude. It was really, really amazing the kids were just incredible. So. And I think it's always really important to start off any talk with chocolate. So this is Belarus chocolate. It costs me 6,200 rubles, so some good stuff, which is about $2. So it's not necessarily the standards of Swiss chocolate, but it is a nice novelty. So there's some that's open and some that aren't. Feel free to grab one and take a little taste. So, and pass it down. Yeah, it's fun. So as you're noshing on your chocolate and looking at your maps, I wanted to introduce my fellow travelers on this great exhibition. We have Hetty Mueller. She's the president of the Future for Reach Out in Germany. Yay! And also Sheila Linder is the board member at AWC member and handles the scholarship program with the Future for Reach Out. And Andreas Couquet is the vice president and construction worker who helped build the gym floor. So. Yeah, absolutely fantastic people. So we're going to talk a little bit. I'm going to show you some slides with some music so you can get a feel for what we did. We're going to answer any questions that you have, and then we'll show another slideshow at the end that we took care of. So I think, first of all, I think Gandhi said it best when he said the best way to find yourself is to lose yourself in the service of others. And I think that truly explains why I went to Belarus. On another occasion, I was in Puerto Rico twice, and it's had that same feeling that you really put yourself aside and find out who you are when you're really helping other people, and that was pretty amazing. A couple important things. I learned some really good, really interesting words in Russian. Da is yes. Niet is no, which some people might know. Privyet is hello. Do svidaniya is goodbye, which I didn't do very well with that one. Spatsiba is thank you, and we learned that really quickly because people were so gracious with everything. Poshalsta, which I was pleased, that one took a little harder to get. How to show is good, and I think Sheila had the best way to remember how to say that. She kept saying, horror show, horror show, horror show. And I'm like, all right, I got that, how to show, how to show. So the kids were always doing wonderful things, and you wanted to say something to them, so you want to say good and good, so we learned how to show. Coffee is coffee, which is lovely.
Wow.
And I know, yes, you say. I know, I was always saying Paszalska coffee, please. Coffee. And da, spasiba, yes, thank you. And they gave me more, so. And then coffee and chai is tea, which I thought was pretty easy to remember because who hasn't had a chai latte at Starbucks at one point or another? So. Speaking of, other than your major cities where we were, no Starbucks, no fast food, no hotels. It was a village of 500 or 700? Like 600, about 600 people, so none of that whatsoever. We stayed with the host family. Sheila and I stayed with Ludmila and Sasha, and they were absolutely wonderful, wonderful hosts. So how did I get involved in this project and going to Belarus? I'm an AWC member, as is Sheila, and Sheila's obviously on the board at the Future for Ritschow. She went to AWC about a year ago and was looking for some support for the organization, and when they spoke to us on their annual meeting, and I thought, wow, you know, I think instead of necessarily contributing funds, I think it'd be really great to actually see if they would be willing to take me with them, and they were very generous. Pleasantly surprised, I think, that I wanted to go, and took me along with them, so I thought that was really, really generous. They also approached FALCO, which is the Federation for American Women's Clubs Overseas, which is our umbrella organization. So they have adopted the organization for the year, so any fundraising that FALCO does this year goes to this organization. So 3 weeks before we left for Belarus, we put it out there that we needed some money for sports equipment. We're looking to sponsor some college students. And in 3 weeks' time, the American Women's Club and FALCO members came up with, it was 5,000 francs that covered scholarship programs, enough money to pay for all of the sports equipment. Now, sports equipment was, you have the list there, you can take a look at your leisure. It is $1 million, it cost, if I remember correctly, 4,270,040 rubles. So that's some pretty nice sports equipment, which it boils down to about $1,300. So this is everything that we bought. That was everything on the list. They were absolutely blown away by our generosity. When we met with Anna, the regional director of education in the region, she said to us, through interpreter, said there was not one ruble, penny, euro, franc for sports equipment in the entire region. So they are the envy of the entire region to be able to get all this. Is pretty amazing.